Mayibuye Consultation Process leader Floyd Shivambu is in KwaZulu-Natal this weekend, now meeting with traditional leaders and other stakeholders as part of talks about a possible new political party. SABC News reporter Simphiwe Makhanya is following the story and joins us now live. So Simphiwe, what should we be expecting to come out of that process there? We understand there's going to be some dialogue, but also the possibility of a political party. What are you hearing?
Indeed, Mxolisi, you'd recall that the former Secretary General of the Umkhonto Wesizwe Party, who is now the national convener of the Mayibuye Consultation Process, Floyd Shibambu, has been crisscrossing the country, really trying to gauge, the sentiments on the ground from people, particularly about the possibility of forming a new political party since he was unceremoniously removed as the Secretary General of Umkhonto Wesizwe. Of course, he has on record spoken about this at length, saying that the views that he's getting on the ground indicate that a new political party is needed in order to basically champion the needs of the people who are proposing that particular proposal of forming a new political party. Today he is in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, in Durban to be precise, where he's going to be also doing more or less the same process of consulting with stakeholders, various stakeholders. Earlier on in the week he was in the Makhanya district, where he was also speaking to traditional leaders about this possibility of forming a new political party. So we are expecting to hear from the people who are going to be attending this particular consultation process as to what their attitude is or what their views are with regards to forming a new political party in an environment in policy that is already overcrowded. If you look at the number of political parties that are in existence in the country, well, of course, we are hoping also that we'll get an opportunity to speak to the national convener of the Mayibuye Consultation Process himself, Mr. Floyd Shibambu, about his presence here and also what he expects will happen, after forming this particular, political party, which, by the way, is already in the process of being registered.
Interestingly, also so much has been said, Simphiwe, about his position, even in the position that he held in the MK party as well as the EFF. He's always been deemed to be the boots on the ground. So is this likely to perhaps maybe work in his favor as he tries to carve his own path now?
Only time will tell, Mxolisi, but what Floyd Shivambu has been saying of recently is the fact that he was able to learn a lot, at the helm of Umkhonto Wesizwe Party as the Secretary General in that 10-month period. He was saying earlier on that that particular, stint helped him to actually understand politics better. So only time will tell if that experience is going to be, able to help him form a formidable political party in the Mayibuye Consultation Process. As you are speaking to me, I'm beginning to see, a few people making their way into this particular hall where we are, which perhaps gives an indication that around midday or so, the process will then begin, where the leader or the national convener of the Umkhonto Wesizwe Party, Mr. Floyd Shibambu, will then have an opportunity to engage with these people of the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Of course, the province of KwaZulu-Natal is a stronghold of the Umkhonto Wesizwe Party, which, of course, we know that Floyd Shibambu, was the Secretary General of, most recently, before he was removed from that particular position. So only time will tell, really, as to whether this political party will make inroads in a province such as this this one, where a number of political parties have been struggling really, to make inroads. I'm now referring to his former political home as well, which is the Economic Freedom Fighters. If you look at their, performance during the national elections in 2024, a dismal performance really, if you bear in mind that they lost over 300,000 votes, which they had acquired prior to those particular elections. But of course, there are many factors which will sort of contribute to political parties' performance, and we hope to hear from the leader of the Mayibuye Consultation Process, Floyd Shibambu, as to what are some of his key goals or sort of priorities as this political party that is in the process of being formed in policy.
And as you've rightfully mentioned there, this is ultimately about the people on the ground. Have you managed to gauge a sense in terms of where they're at, how they're feeling about this whole engagement session?
There are mixed views in policy with regards to this particular process. I mean, if you have been following his engagements with various, people on the ground, some of them, of course, are saying that perhaps a new political party is needed to bring a fresh approach in politics and also perhaps champion the needs of the people. But also you do get some people who say we have just too many political parties now. So they do not feel that forming a new political party is the right way to go in addressing some of the pressing challenges that ordinary people of this country are facing. I'm talking now about the issues of unemployment. I'm talking about the issues of inequality and poverty, which are quite pressing really, which I hope that we'll have an opportunity to speak to, the leader of the Mayibuye Consultation Process, Floyd Shivambu, to get a sense of how really does this new political party expect, to address these particular, challenges that are facing the people on the ground in policy.
All right, Simphiwe Makhanya, let's leave you to it. Thanks very much indeed for that update. That's SABC News reporter Simphiwe Makhanya monitoring that story for us.